What's going on, guys? Hey, today we're going to be diving into a fat stack of books like we normally do, but it's going to be fun because there's some books that are in this stack that I'm speccing on for some future MCU stuff. There's some books in here that are just going into my PC and everything of the sort, so it should be a fun episode. Let's start the video. Alright guys, so as promised, I've got two fairly healthy size stacks of comic books I just picked up, and it should be a good episode. I'm going to be diving into different areas and different reasons on why I picked these books up. I've wanted to do this type of video, and I'd like to start doing this with the books that I'm getting to further explain kind of why I'm going in the direction I'm going in, and maybe it'll help you guys make some decisions on your own, because in this stack of books there is an assortment of reasons why I selected the books that I selected. So before I dive into that, if this is your first time diving into or checking out the Breakout Daily, hit the subscribe button down below. Check us out on TikTok and Instagram. We drop content there regularly. Let's start off with the first book. This is right there, some Ghost Rider MK Special. Now, the reason I picked this book up for me was pretty simple. It was only a couple of bucks, but it was the cover art. I mentioned it several times. You probably can't see it, but that is a 1 of 100 limited art print by Sean Anderson that's signed. Above it is a Ghost Rider 51. What's with those two? They're both motorcycle books. We also have Ben Harvey's TMNT signed print, also motorcycle book. So more than likely I'm gonna have to get rid of those two. Well, not get rid of them, I'm gonna put them in my back in my collection, because I think I'm gonna end up running just motorcycle books. So anyways, cool book. Garth Ennis was on this, which was cool. That was a surprise because I pulled it out, I was looking at it, I'm like, oh, that is some beautiful fiery goodness on here. And I forgot Garth Ennis was doing stuff around that time with Marvel and those guys. So pretty cool, in my opinion. No big significance. Nothing crazy going on there. So we will, let's grab this next book. So the next one, I've mentioned this before, I am starting to try to get a little bit of a collection going with Spider-Man, because in my opinion, Spider-Man is an ageless hero. Someone is always collecting Spider-Man. It isn't niche. You get some of the big villains in there, first appearances, second appearances. Those are generally pretty good prospects. And this villain that I've got right here has not seen his debut yet in the MCU, but I do think there's a possibility, and that is the first appearance of Tombstone. This is Web of Spider-Man 36, and it is in very, very good condition. In fact, this one could possibly get graded. Beautiful cover. Yeah, 1987. They put the sticker on it. I got to take that off. I'm starting to try to use the BCW top loaders for these types of books, because it's easier for me to identify them in my collection, and if I'm going to get them graded, it protects them. Even the ones that I'm not going to get graded that I want to keep in better condition, I highly recommend it. Anyways, Web of Spider-Man 36. I think Tombstone could show up at some point in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I feel pretty confident in throwing $20 at a very nice copy of the book. So, and like I said, I've been slowly trying to build up my Spider-Man collection, because it is not very, it is just not very deep. Okay, so now we're going to dive into the Hawkeye 2017 version. This run of Hawkeye had 17 issues, it looks like. I could be wrong, but I believe it had 17 issues. This, the first book I've got several copies of. That was the first solo series by Kate Bishop. Why is that important? You may be asking that, right? Well, Kate Bishop is going to be one of the main characters in the up-and-coming MCU show that's going to release on Disney+. And so I've been trying to find keys for it. It's tough. It really is. I've got the first book, which I believe is probably the most valuable out of the run. It is. I'm looking at it right now. It is the most valuable out of the run. However, it's just difficult to find any of the runs on any of the other books because people, as soon as they got wind of Kate Bishop going, or not going, I shouldn't say it that way, as soon as they found out that she was going to be in the show as a main front runner, well, you can take a guess. So I do have several copies of that book. I'm trying to find this other book I got sitting here. So bear with me a moment. Oops. So we'll just show you real quick because I'm not finding it anywhere. Anyways, I'm talking about Hawkeye 3. So again, I've got 3 runs of the first edition, and now I'm starting to second guess myself on this because actually I think this is volume 3. Anyways, I've been picking up some Hawkeye books. That's it. Nothing significant with this book, but I think it's smart because of the show. It was below cover price. I think it was like $2. So why not? Why not? Let me find this next book real quick. This is one I've mentioned before. I think this character has got some life left in him. And I think, I could be wrong, but I believe that we're going to just keep seeing more and more and kind of a steady growth because of the DC show. And I'm talking about Titans and more specifically Nightwing. So this is Nightwing number 0. It's in great shape. Could use a little bit of cleanup on the edge there. Nothing too scary. Nice squared corners. Not bad. Not a bad book. This is 0. Fair market value is about $7 on this guy. So that's okay though, because as I said before, I am digging the character. He's one of the ones that I'm gravitating toward, and has very few groups, I guess, in my collection is character collection. Generally, I do runs or try to do runs, but in this case, Nightwing is one that I will I'll spend a little bit of money on. And to go with that, we have 0 and we have number 1. This is the 2011 to 2014 31 issue run of Nightwing. Pretty cool though, pretty cool. So number 1 right now, it looks like FMV is around like $14-15. I got it for $10. I think it's just going to go up in time. The brand new season of Titans is out. Dick Grayson, aka Nightwing, is killing it. I do wish I would have invested more on the Red Hood side of things, but I didn't. I'm just slowly picking them up, just trying to do deals. And that's the thing with it, as far as I'm concerned with collecting, is Nightwing's kind of a secondary character that I'm picking up parts and pieces to through time at an affordable rate, because I think he's going to have longevity, which means it'll just appreciate, it'll just grow with time. At least that's what I'm thinking for that character. Let's go to something older. Nothing super significant with this book. Let me look it up real quick. At least as far as I know, I could be wrong. I've done it before to where I was on a run, found some good deals, saw some stuff I liked, bought it, got home, and found out later that it's actually worth more than I had anticipated. That's always a good problem to have. This next book debuted in April 1st, 1974. This book's in pretty good condition for the age. This is X-Men 87. We got Cyclops on the cover. You've got Angel and Beast and Jean Grey and Iceman and all this stuff going on. Pretty good shape for what it was. The FMV of the Raw is running right around $20. This goes into my collection of X-Men. I've been slowly chipping away at essentially 100 and below for the original series, and then keys in above 100. So it goes nicely in my collection. Nothing significant. Let's keep going. Let's do another X-Men book. Let me run the number on this one. This one goes a little over the 100 marker, but like I said, if I can pick them up for a decent price. Because my observation in the marketplace is these X-Men books are just still growing and growing and growing, especially the older books. People want to have them. They're cool. There's a sense of nostalgia with it. There's just a lot going on as far as it goes. This is, oh wait, what am I doing here? I don't know what I just did. I accidentally clicked on the wrong book. This next book goes for about 22 bucks, fair market. It's the Uncanny X-Men 118. So there it is right there. Beautiful cover. This book's in pretty good shape. Some spine ticks on it. A little bit of a baby dog ears on it. Still a great cover. And again, right around that 100. 118 is not that far out there. Plus, there's some keys between those two numbers. So 87 and 118. And I've got other books that fall within that range. And so, to me, I want to stay with it. I do have a really cool run of books that I'm excited to share with you guys, because this is growing and will definitely, I believe, is going to head into the bigger market here relatively soon. So let me show you these books. I'll show you guys those in the end, just because I want to. All right, let me pull this up. Next book is pretty cool. And I just stumbled on these, actually. I was actually looking for something else, and then I looked at these books, walked away, and was looking for something else, and then I came back and I was like, well, what's the deal with these books? I guess I need to pay more attention. I'm not 100% sure. So I went back and forth and ended up picking this one up right around, I believe it's right at fair market value, maybe a little bit lower, but this is a beautiful copy. That's Marvel's Ultimate Spider-Man. This is number 6, and this is the first appearance of the Ultimate Green Goblin. So again, another Spider-Man book. We also have another book out of the series, which is Ultimate Spider-Man 33. This book's going up in price. This is Ultimate Spider-Man 33. You got Venom looking mean as hell on there. First cover appearance of Ultimate Venom. First appearance of the synthetic symbiote in the beaker that later bonds to the maker. So, some baby keys, nothing crazy. But still a cool book. What else do we got on my stack here? Let's do, this is actually this was just sitting on the shelf. This is a new book. I just bought it because of how big it's gotten. It's Something's Killing the Children. 18. Yeah. Separate thing. Anyways, I have been picking these books up as I can at an affordable price, because, as you guys know, Something's Killing the Children, Stray Dogs, those books are just going crazy, and with all of these possible ties for shows and all of this, if you can get it for cover price or below, and you know that there's a growing market for it, I would highly recommend, if you have the money, throw a little bit of money in those markets, because you never know where it's going to go. And for the most part, if you got a good copy, you take care of it, it should hold value right around at minimum that cover price value, especially right now. All right, let's keep going. I've only got a handful of books left. We're going to one. This one caught my eye because it's part of a series I don't have. I don't believe I have any of the books to this, but I wanted to share it anyways because it's a decent copy. I mean, it's let me show you. It's Wolverine Number Two. It's dirty. It's got some dirt, a little bit of dog ear on it. Again, this book is pretty old. This is off of, I believe, the Frank Miller run, if I remember correctly. This is the first full appearance of Yukio, a skilled fighter and ally to Logan. So, good cover. It's in pretty good condition. I need to clean it. You probably can't, well, maybe you can see it a little bit there. It's just, the white is dirty. It's dirty, so we'll try to clean that. This book is actually kind of funny to me. I'll tell you why. Because I've been a huge fan of Todd McFarlane for a long time. In fact, Todd McFarlane was one of the first artists / writers / whatever that I really kind of fell in love with from a consumer standpoint, from a collector standpoint, which is why I had Spawn books from 20 years ago. And it's funny to me because 1990, we got the new Spider-Man, and it's just goofy because I never picked up the book. I never did, and I don't know why. I really don't. There's no real reason why I did or did not. It's an iconic cover. It's a million things under the sun. So anyways, here is a copy of one. It is still bagged. The Legend. And this is the collector's first issue. Issue 1 collectors. Issue 1 collectors. So here it is right here. Happily to add, just super stoked to get this into the collection. I don't know why it took me so long. I think it was because after getting back into the hobby, over a year ago now, I've seen basic copies going for lows and highs, and I just wasn't sure. I got to put my hands on that one. You get the tactile difference, and it was like, yeah, it's time. Let me throw this guy into my collection. Happy to do so. It's a nice looking copy still in the bag. Yeah. Again, nothing crazy. The next one, this is a gorgeous copy of a controversial book in the Spider-Man world. Like I said, I'm trying to build the Spider-Man collection out a little bit. In fact, I've got a couple of Spider-Man books off at CGC. Let's look at this one. There it is. And this is okay. Web of Spider-Man number 8. Maybe you guys have seen this, maybe not. This is a controversial issue, and this is a super clean. This is a grader right here. Definitely a grader. A little bit of smudge up in the corner that I may have to see if I can get out, but hoodlums use anti-Semitic insults while beating up a man in this issue. And so this issue does have some value because of that, but I like the cover of it, though. It's a great cover. I mean, even without the controversy behind this, I feel like that would be a nice slab with Spider-Man's hung upside down from the 80s. Maybe that's just me. All right, enough talking. Let's get down to business, okay? This next set of books cost me more than I want to admit, and I've got more coming, so stay tuned for that. Super happy to get in on this one, and we'll see what happens. Big spec book, and this is the reason why I'm spec'ing on this. And what am I talking about? It's Thor God of Thunder. These things are scarce. Like, it's hard to find them. I've had people asking me for them. I've asked people for them. I haven't really seen many in the comic shops at all. I've only seen one or two pop up during some online auctions and online shows. And so I finally ran into some after looking around and whatnot, and I paid for it. I'm just going to tell you. Because with Thor Love and Thunder coming, with Christian Bale attached to Gore the God Butcher, we haven't seen trailers yet, and when we do see trailers, I feel like this is just going to blow through the roof. Christian Bale is a legitimate actor. The dude's done incredible pieces of work. You know, obviously he did the Dark Knight trilogy, but he's also done a ton of other things. And I feel like if there is an opportunity for, once again, a A-list celebrity to take on a villainous role in the MCU, we're going to get a run for our money with Christian Bale playing this character. So without further ado, we have Thor God of Thunder, number 1. So this is the first appearance of Old King Thor, the Thunder God's future elderly self, and the first appearance of Jarnborn, a dwarven axe. And this thing is in great shape. It does need to be pressed. It looks like, actually no, that's a part of his helmet. That's too funny. There's probably not. It's going to be difficult to see it, but there's two little white marks there. It's actually part of his helmet. I thought that was a mark. Probably still pressed. There's a little bit of spine stress. No color breaks. No nothing. Anyways, beautiful book. The next book, of course, is number 2. This is first appearance of Gore the God Butcher, first appearance of the Necro Sword, the first symbiote created by the Null. and amazing. I think this is going to be a huge book. Both of these books, and really a large part of this run, is going to be huge in the near future. This book cost me $160, and I've seen prices going between that and well over $200. Very clean copy, gradable. I think that's going to be a good one. The next book that I got in this run is number 4, which is the second appearance of Gore. So we have the first appearance of Gore, second appearance of Gore, and I paid a chunk of money for God of Thunder number 6, which isn't here yet. You guys will see it once I get this collection of books in via the internet auction. That has the origin of Gore, the God Butcher, and the first cameo appearance of Null, the symbiote god. So again, I mean, these books, they're just, it's crazy. You go through some of these and I don't know, it's just crazy to me. So I am still trying to get some. I'm trying to do the run right, really what I can find. I do have 3 more books coming in from the series, and probably I'm going to keep my eye out for more. Anyways, I think that's a pretty solid investment. I feel comfortable with this because these are gradable copies. These are all near mint. They look beautiful. A nice press on them. I mean, some of these don't need a press, but I feel like if they pressed them, we're in business. So anyways, a longer video than I expected. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is some of the stuff I'm specking on, and why I'm selecting some of these books. I got a lot of really fun and cool content we're going to be covering here at the Breakout Daily. So again, if you watch the video this far, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you guys don't miss a thing. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll catch up with you.